Hello there, my friend. Welcome to Flourish Writers. I'm Mindy Kiker, together with Jennifer Kokert. Happy summer and happy June for our new edition of Strategies to Sustain Your Writing Life. We love sharing these tips and insights and encouragements for you each month to keep you going. So in June, we are finding the fun again. If it's been a long slog through May, or perhaps a long slog through the past few years, it's time to be refreshed with the advent of summer. So let's look at the thieves of joy, because joy is a promise that we are made, and yet it can feel so elusive in our lives, and especially in our writing lives. Let's take a look at this together. I have a super fun example to look at that shows us how we struggle with expectations. This is one of the primary thieves of joy that I notice in my own life. And I had an example here with my son, my 11-year-old, who started a little journal. On May 29th, he says, "Today I was given this book. I promised myself I will write until this is full of my words to God." So he starts off with this big vision, this call, this hope of doing something wonderful for God. May 30th. Hello. Here I am back again. I'm doing my new thing. I'm 11 years old. Some of my friends are going to come over. And then he talks about his day. So he's on track. Oh man, this is going awesome. But something happens June 7th. And he pulled out the journal. He said it was torture to him. It reminded him of what a failure he had been. And he wrote in there, "I haven't been writing in this book because I hate it." And we chatted about that a little bit. I said, well, a journal is a great place to express what you're feeling and your frustrations. I said, you always want to be honest in your journal. So that's important for you to be able to say that, to be able to recognize that. But do you really hate it? Or is it just making you feel bad because you weren't in here every day doing your writing when that's what you set out to do? Well, I'm irritated because I didn't, I can't write what all those days. I can't remember what I did on June 1st, 5th, 6th, 7th. I can't remember all those days. And so now it's just all messed up. I'm going to throw it away. I said, "Oh, babe, wait. Before you throw it away, what if, what if you just wrote today?" I said, "You don't have to write what you did on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It's not a messed up journal just because you missed a few days. You could just write what's happening today." So he erases this, and he writes, June 7th, "Sorry, I was gone for a whole week because I had a lot of things to do. It was a very busy week." Okay, well, he still needs to make excuses, but he's going to carry on. He's going to just leave that gap. He decides that this time gap in there is not going to taunt him. What he's saying is, I tried to start a new habit and it's hard and I didn't stick with it. I'm irritated with myself and I want to find something or someone to blame. This is my narrative of what's going on inside his little heart there. But when we start off on a project and it doesn't come together like we thought, we start off with a big plan. Man alive, we have the vision, we have the goals, we have the action steps. And then we simply don't get to it. Life happens, life comes in, summertime schedules change. How do we find the joy again? Well, the only solution that I really know of is to simply jump right in today, to confront those expectations that were not met and just say, okay, well, that was that. It sure didn't work out like I thought, but here I am today. And so, what am I going to do? Wouldn't that just break your heart if this journal went in the garbage just because a few days were missed? It's such a sweet, precious project full of my words to God. So, if you confront those expectations and say, all righty, well, here I am. I didn't follow my plan, but I can show up today. It reminds me of the verse from Philippians 3:13, and the line in there that I love says, forgetting the past, forgetting the past, and looking forward to what lies ahead. But most importantly, being grounded in today. This is where I am. This is all that I have. This is all that I can do. I can't show up in the past and I can't show up in the future. I can hope and plan, but goodness knows I'm probably going to miss some days. But I can put my attention on where I am today, forgetting the past. Let those days, that June 1st through 6th, oh, well, I didn't quite get to it, but here I am today. We all struggle with expectations. What are the expectations in your life that you haven't met? It's June. We're midway through the year. By the end of this month, we're ending the second quarter. There's only 2 more quarters left. This is a time where we are battling with the despair that we didn't make the progress that we wanted to make. So what do we do with this? We have our private community space in the academy. And we talk about these things because we need to get it off our chest. And we also just need help. We need our people. We need our people to come around us. So this was a post from a student. My anxiety has gotten the best of me, and I am so behind in the academy. I don't know what to do. I'm so overwhelmed. Can someone please give me some very concrete baby steps to get started so I don't waste the entire year? I was so proud of this student for reaching out because this is the exactly right question to ask. Okay, I am going to forget what was behind. I am going to face forward and say, what can I do today? So we had a lovely discussion about this, and I captured one of the responses that was just so helpful. Hang in there. I know the feeling. This is another student. As a full-time teacher, I fell off the academy bus for the last 2 months while the school year wrapped up. So this week, I dusted off my writer's life planning guide, skipped forward through all those blank pages, and decided to start fresh with a new week and a new month. I refreshed myself on what my major goals are and decided on a couple baby steps I could pencil in for this week to continue making progress in that direction. Amen, sister, preach it. I also looked for upcoming live academy events that fit with my schedule and added those to my calendar so I can feel reconnected to the group. See, this is just real life. This happens to all of us. And sometimes we fall off the bus and then we think we're the only one. We're not. We're in good company. We're all falling off and getting back on. This student continues. It helps to remind myself that this writing journey is mine and God's, and it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. No one is on here to become a professional academy member, to check all the boxes and do all the stuff. So I've got to let that part go. You can do the same. Keep looking up. He's got you. I love this. Thank you so much. These conversations are so precious. And what encouragement we find in the academy to realize that we all are just where we are. And the only thing we can do is pick up today and say, all righty, well, I can do a small thing today, just like that 11-year-old with his journal. Another student said, overwhelm will keep you stuck. And this is exactly where the enemy wants us. Just remember, we are all on a different journey, but God is always faithful. We only need to be obedient to what is placed in front of us. Take one small step, and then tomorrow do another, and then another. Write in your calendar time to do these small steps. From my daily inspiration page today, Psalm 5, 11 through 12, but let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield. And that word favor leapt out at me. So I looked it up in my online Bible resource. And favor is delight, it's desire, acceptance. We are accepted, we are acceptable. God's pleasure is over us, and his goodwill extends to us. His favor covers us as with a shield. The shield protects us from those thieves of joy to help us find the fun again. And it's there for us. It's there for the taking. All we have to do is reach out and accept it and just turn and say, I have been so burdened. I have been so struggling. I have been fed up with the expectations that I didn't achieve. Okay, well, I will give myself grace and I will come back and I will just say, what small thing can I do today? This is how we resist the thieves of joy, and we resist misspelling thieves. Oh, typos are hilarious. I love this book by Andy Kolber, Try Softer. So when we're resisting the thieves of joy, should we try harder? I say, no, let's try softer. Andy says, it takes as long as it takes. It's okay to be unfinished. It's absolutely normal to be imperfect. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. And I think one of the traps in the writing life, one of those thieves of joy, is we think that everybody else has it figured out. We think they've got it all together. They're doing such a good job. We see people, holding up their book that they publish, and ours is still in random documents in our computer. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means you're not there yet. But you'll never get there by giving up. The people who persevere are the people who eventually get there, because I always like to say, it's not rocket science, it's just writing. So I recommend some summertime soul care remedies. What are some of those summertime soul care remedies? In your Writer's Block Remedy Kit, you've got a spiritual battle plan and some soul care remedies. You can pull that out, dust it off, and you can watch that video again if that will help you. It's in the back of your Writer's Life Planning Guide. And you hopefully have identified some of the things that refresh you. Here's some summertime ideas. Get outdoors, meet a friend. Maybe you can find some water to splash in or play in. Watch the sunset. It's so much fun to have slightly longer days. Visit a botanical garden. It's so fun to go in different seasons to see what's happening in there. All the insects are so happy right now around my yard. The hummingbirds are out in full force. I take such pleasure from just walking through my own garden where I live. Walk, run, dance, engage your body. Get out and get some sunshine on you. You know how therapeutic UV is. We should all have at least 15 minutes a day just of sunshine touching our bodies as much as possible. And if we can sweat, that's good too. You detox a lot with UV and sweat. So that is very good for your body. Make music or find some live music. And I just threw in there, my gosh, the fresh fruit in summertime. Oh my word. I just downed some blueberries this morning, have some melon. Oh, all the different berries that are ripe right now, go out and pick some blueberries. Maybe you have a you pick near your house. You can get some of that sunshine and pick some berries at the same time. So take advantage of the shift in schedule, of the shift in weather, and give yourself some fun. He who began this good work in you, he who brought you to Flourish Writers, to Jenny and me, to be nurtured to one another, to this community, he who began this good work in you and gave you companions will bring it to completion. This is God's promise to you from Philippians 1:6. And we wish you all the best as you move into summer. Find the fun and flourish in your writing life, one story at a time. Bye for now.